Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the series where I cast your solo queue games. Today we are gonna watch some exquisite League of Legends because we're casting nothing less than a Diamond 1 game. And what Diamond 1 game, what does that even mean? Well, it means top 0.5% of players. So I mean that's top quality. I mean at least we could say hopefully. But yeah, the guy we're casting today, more than 750 games played, or at least around that. Twitch one trick, more or less. Plays some champions, but main is definitely Twitch. And the problem is, you're looking right now at the two ADCs you see, there is no Twitch in here. Okay, there's not a Twitch, but I'm sure that he can perform on another champion. The guy we're casting today, not on his main, still in the bot lane, playing Caitlyn today for red team, Dishay, or something like that. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but sounds right. Dishay on the Caitlyn, paired together with it, also is looking for a level 1 invade, late invade here onto the red buff. Probably watched a bit too much the LEC finals, knowing that you can invade early when you have the stronger level 1 team. Let's see if they can actually manage to steal away the red team here. The level 1 is a lot stronger, will at least get the red to reset, will also get the first blood onto Mordecai, so doesn't have flash to get away. Yasuo's also hit with the dredge line. Our protector's flashed away, will go down to Yasuo. Yasuo will also go down, they'll flash on top of her, and that's now Brand is caught in the middle. Will he flash away? Yes he will. Also should maybe flash after. Will go down 2 for 2 so far. This is a a disaster fiesta. I have no idea if it's good for any of these teams. This level 1 right here. Look at the top lane, we have another level 2 fight. Jax gets the level 2 first, jumps on top of Wukong, but a lot of action here already from level 1. But yeah, why could red team go for this? Well, you do have a very strong level 1 team from Jarvan, incredibly strong with his passive, gives him a lot of basic attack damage, can take his flag in level 1, also his E gives his team a lot of attack speed. Caitlyn can do bits, does have a lot of range at least, as just throw these repeatedly basic attacks out, and then also just incredibly tanky, does a lot of early game damage if he can get on top of carry. Going up against Mordecai's Azure, really not that much level 1 damage. Oof. So he flashes away from Q, would have gone down if you didn't do so. But yeah, our protagonist, Dishay, in the bot lane today, will look for a dive, dashes in with the sweep blade. Also lands a Q, doesn't manage to take down Caitlyn, will however go down once again. And this is already starting to look like one of my solo queue Yasuos. 2 deaths so far in only 4 minutes. It's a good thing that's not our protagonist for today. Shield bow even looks to be a Yasuo one trick, maybe with that name. A definitely item you can build on Yasuo. Once again, top lane, Jax looking for these fights, and this should be a very Jax favorite lane. And as I say that, he goes down to Wukong. But yeah, I think it should be a very Jax favorite lane because Wukong is very basic attack oriented. After his rework, it's all about getting this repeatedly basic attacks out all the time. And what do you have on Jax? Well, you do have a counter strike, blocks all the basic attacks from your opponent. Doesn't want this wave to crash, however will do so. Ooh, actually creates a freeze in front of his own turret. We'll have to see if he can punish Wukong after his recall. Here is Jarvan, though it could be a 2 vs 2. Ooh, lands the flagging drag on top of Wukong. Flashes away. Goes back in, and that should be another kill for red team. Oh, Jarvan, I also think he will go down here. Doesn't have the damage. Doesn't get to use his flag and drag for the second time, so ends up going down also. I mean, there definitely was an idea for red team. Doesn't execute. And this is just already spills trouble for red team and our protagonist, Dishay. But yeah, here as we look at bot lane. Oh, let's see if he gets the recall off. He does. That's some good alco gaming. But yeah, Caitlyn Nautilus going up against Brand Ezreal should be very Caitlyn Nautilus focused, as long as Nautilus lands some of his stretch lines on. Well, it should probably be Brand, because if you do land it on Ezreal, Ezreal can't just use his arcane shift and dash away, or jump away I should rather say, if he uses it at the right time as the stretch line lands. See here in the top lane, once again, perma-fighting. Wukong hits level 6, has that Cyclone to him. He's already used the first charge, to use the second, just takes down Jax. Jax playing, I mean, without any respect whatsoever, should know that his opponent would get to level 6 before him, since he has already died 2 times, and Wukong should have the XP lead because of that. Gets to level 6, 1 versus 1. I mean, there's just no comparison. So another death for the red team top laner, and really not the greatest of starts to the game for red team. It looked good in level 1 when they got the first, but then they overstayed their welcome. It ended up being a 2v2, which is decent, I guess. But after that, top lane just not looking so good. So he lands a Sleepy Trouble Bubble on the enemy team jungler. Doesn't land the Pedal Star though, but here is Nautilus. Arcane Shift has been used of Ezreal, stuck inside the pit. Can he get a couple of kills for himself here? Brand forces to flash away from Brand, but the Sleepy Trouble Bubble connects. That should be another kill. Oh, that's double kill for Nautilus. Will also take down Yasuo. That's 3 kills now for red team. Just as we start talking about how a disaster start it is for red team, they get 3 kills for themselves. They do, however, lose to Dragon, but I mean, I think that's a pretty nice price to pay for 3 kills, and hashtag worth, I would say, for red team. Should just push out this bot lane and then maybe recall. Do you have some gold to use? Your support got double kill, your ADC got the last kill. But they do greed for a couple of plates here. Jarvan is around to help them. Oh, Dressline misses. That should be a kill for blue team, yeah. Also even gets a shutdown. Oh, our protagonist basic attacks the minion instead of the enemy team ADC, will also be taken down here. That should be flash forward. Actually gets the trade kill onto Ezreal. I mean, being stuck in a bad situation, that is probably the best trade you could get in that situation. So bot lane here, the red team bot lane just greeded a bit too much. You did get the 2 kills on Nautilus and the team fighter Dragon. You did get a kill on Caitlyn, push out the wave, recall, go spend your gold. Instead, they overstay. Mordekaiser makes his way down there with a bit of a misplay from Nautilus with the dredge line onto the enemy team turret. The red team bot lane, they do lose their lives. But yeah, still definitely not over red team. It is only 500 gold lead for red team. Top lane is looking rough for this Jack, because it should be a very Jack's favorite matchup. He's just losing it way too hard. So he flashes away here. Windwall blocks Sleepy Trouble Bubble. They will take down Jarvan, I think. Will he also go for the Zoe here? No. Oh, well, he did go for it, but he didn't kill her, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. And now Jax maybe looking at something here in the top lane. Ignite has popped. Cyclone has also been used. Will take down Jax. Will go down to the Ignite. It just looked like clear bait from Wukong. So meanwhile snipes the enemy team jungler with a Paddle Star, Sleepy Trouble Bubble in the mid lane. We didn't really get to see that much of what happened. Takes him down though. It just out of nowhere. Even though the red team top laner is looking kinda soft in, I should probably say, their mid laner looked very strong on that. That's a 4-0 Zoe and a lot of one-shot potential for her, playing against both a Brand, Ezreal, Yasuo. And as I say that, she goes down in the isolated 1 vs 1 against Yasuo in the mid lane. And also again makes just an insanely bad dredge line. Kind of soft ending it right here, but a good flag and drag over the wall from Javan should secure Caitlyn her 3rd kill of the game. And I mean, what we can say about Caitlyn is at least she has 3 kills. She's also dominating the CS, being up 15 CS onto the Ezreal. Scales really good. So there is definitely a win condition. Also because again you do have the Jax against Wukong, against Yasuo, very basic attack oriented champions wants to get close to you, and you do have the Alpha Strike. Then you can couple it with the Flag and Drag from Javan into a one shot from Zoe, and while all that is going on, you can just have your ADC standing from far away, landing these basic attacks, headshots, 90 caliber less, and so on, right? So you do have a pretty good comp. Red team, I would say. Oh, let's see what happens here in the top lane. Will they actually manage to take down? Yeah, Jax takes down his enemy team, or his opponent in the top lane. Yasuo will take down Zoe here. It looks like, ooh, Steven Troll Bubble connects, and Zoe actually gets the return kill instead of going down herself. What about Jax here? Doesn't have any summoners available to him other than the TP. That's something he can use to escape right there. Will go down to Mordekaiser, lands the Obliterate. But yeah, definitely hashtag worth in the top lane for Red team. Jax getting his 1st kill of the game and a 450 gold shutdown. And yeah, you could see Jarvan was there. It was a 2 versus 1 for Red team, which is kind of true, but it did look like that Jax won the trade even before Jarvan joined with the Cataclysm, right? So probably just goes to show how strong of a pick Jax is into these basic attack oriented champions. But yeah, we do have a 2k gold lead for blue team. And we have to remember they still have 1 Drake to their name. They should probably look for something more. Second Drake has spawned. And yeah, there they are, 5 members down here to secure it. Not that I think that they have to get Soul to win the game. I think blue team has a pretty decent team comp themselves. If you've ever played against or with a brain support, you know that, I mean, if this game goes 30 minutes, 40 minutes, brain support will have the most damage in the game. That's for some reason just how Riot decided that brain support was going to work. You do have a potential for some good combos with the Wukong Cyclone into Yasuo ultimate Last Breath, right? Should be easy to land there, you just have to press your ultimate. And this Mordekaiser is looking pretty strong, which means that he can just take someone into the realm of death, as he just did right now with Zoe, and kill them for himself. So blue team does have a really good team comp. And they do take down Zoe here once again. Okay, Yasuo flashed the wall. I don't think he had to, but maybe better safe than sorry. I also really like the Mordekaiser pick into the likes of Jax, because Jax can really utilize his kit if he gets to stand on top of Yasuo and Wukong, maybe even the likes of an Ezreal, right? Then he can really utilize his counter strike, which is probably the ability that makes Jax so strong. Let's see what happens here. Exhaust is used, Ignite also popped. That's 3 versus 1 on Caitlyn. Flash already used. Does escape, however. Depth charge used onto Wukong, and he will go down. That's another kill for Jax. But yeah, Jax really dependent on his counter strike. And when you play against the Mordekaiser, well, Mordekaiser wants to have people close to him. I think if Mordekaiser goes up against Jax, actually pretty Mordekaiser favored, because of the DPS you deal as Mordekaiser whenever you're standing on top of the enemy team. On top of the enemy team champions, right? So if Mordekaiser uses his Realm of Death on the Jax, well, then he helps his team a lot, because it allows Wukong and Yasuo to walk up, and he wins the 1 versus 1 himself. So I think blue team does have the better team comp. They do also have the gold lead. Not that big, but it is a 1k gold lead so far. They have great scaling with Brand. I mean, it is just a very blue team favored this game, I would say. So how did red team win this game? Yeah, well, how do they win? I mean, you do have a relatively fed Zoe in the mid lane, so you can always look for picks, and that is probably something that you have to do before all objectives. Oof. I mean, something like this, right? Take down Brand. They also will take down Ezreal. Let's see if Jax should have his job on. Yeah, and that will be 2 kills for red team. They even get a shutdown, and Jax now find the Yasuo counter-strike use. That's just where we see the isolated potential that Jax has against Yasuo. Also, what happened here? Engages on top of the Mordekaiser. Will maybe take it down if he doesn't have the shield available to him. No, Jax will go down. Ignite was also used, so it will not take Yasuo down. And red team, they lose 3 members even though they killed 2 at the start. It started good. They killed 2, but they just overstepped their boundaries, dived too deep, and the teammates of blue team were just there to pick up the rest. They will now also take the first mid turret down of the game, and the gold lead has now made its way up to 2.5, 3k. So yeah, really not looking that good for red team. And the guy we're casting Deshay so far. But yeah, how do you want to win? How do you want to win as red team? Your only win condition is probably to look for picks with the Sleeve Trouble Bubble or the Dredge line. Just prepare the objectives in good time with some vision, and then just look for the Brand, look for Ezreal, look for Yasuo, someone just stepping up too far. Caitlyn gets a mid turret, goes down. I think that's worth it, gold wise. So even though it looks kinda in like she just gives herself up, well, she do get that global gold for her team. Oh, let's see, Wukong started off the Herald himself, but is in a 1 versus 3 now. Cataclysm view, depth charge used. Jax gets another kill onto Wukong, and blue team, they will get the 3rd dragon of the game, but red team, they do take down Wukong. They will also get the 2nd Herald. I mean, a good little trade there. Also brings the gold lead down to 2k, just 2k right now. Oh, Zoe maybe stepped up a bit too far. Will Ezreal use his Arcane Shift to chase down this Zoe? Doesn't look like it. She just escapes scot-free. Kill-wise, pretty close game, 18 to 17. I think the only problem is again that blue team just have a lot of great scaling that red team really doesn't have. Soul point now for blue team. So what you want to do, you want to push in mid lane, you want to push in bot lane, then you want to get some vision in the enemy team's bot side jungle and just prepare for Drake right now. So it will not take anyone down, however she will go down herself to the Pyroclasm. Brand gets it, another kill for himself. Here's Mordekaiser, has used the Realm of Death on, I can't quite see who, I think it's Jarvan, who will take him down though, so that's another 2 kills. 2 for 2 so far, no, 3 kills actually. Oh, it's an execute onto Ezreal, but a lot of kills happening right here. For some reason everybody decided that it was the right time and place to be in the bot lane. Even though there's no objective to fight for right now, still 2-3 minutes till the next Drake spawn, but yeah, blue team, you do have the lead right now. You're stronger in isolated team fights, so push in mid lane, push in bot, get some vision in the enemy team's bot side jungle, and then just, I mean, you can look for some picks when you have the vision advantage. You can also just prepare, you know, just make sure that red team doesn't get any vision, deny them from vision around this Drake, and then it should be free. whenever it spawns in it, or at least you can force red team to walk blind into a team fight and just lose the game. But that's probably what you should do, what you should look for as blue team right now. Which is a bit of a trade right there from Javan. Yasuo Javan knowing that he cannot win that fight. Just EQs out of there. Oh, Wukong wants this fight, it looks like. Not quite sure he will win it. And stuck in the realm of death. Mordekaiser pulls in Javan, is knocked up, now out of realm of death, will maybe go down. Javan has already fallen. And they will also not take down Mordekaiser, it looks like, but Yasuo falls in. It is a 1-for-1 so far. Oof. And also standing kind of awkward here. Lands the dredge line onto Wukong, will go down. 2-for-1 so far. Oh, they also take down Jax. That's now 4 kills for blue team. Have only lost their mid laner so far. But here is Zoe. Can she take down Mordekaiser? Actually doesn't do so. Will be stunned by Brandon. That's an ace for blue team right here. Mordekaiser gets the last kill of the team fight. A fight that actually started off not so great for blue team. Mordekaiser gets caught out, but can save and give himself a lot of time with the realm of death, because took in Javan, so the rest of the red team members just have to stand around just waiting for the realm of death time frame to run out. Gave his teammates time to collapse. They win the team fight with all the AoE that they have. The front line is better. More damage, I mean. Yeah, we see right now 4th Drake is about to spawn. I don't think this is the time for Wukong to recall. Doesn't have any mana though. And as to say that, he finds a plan for himself, gets some mana. And red team, they have to fight for this Drake. Blue team should have had vision control right now, however they don't. So red team, they can look for a pick maybe. So we're not there to help. And that is probably the one that they need the most to one-shot a target from blue team. So they have to give up the first line of vision. Sleepy Trouble Bubble misses. And Mordekaiser just standing in the front line here for blue team. No one has gone down so far. We're going to engage with the Cyclone. Looks like he will go down. That's a 1-for-1 so far. 3 kills now for blue team. They will get 4. They will also take down Nautilus. That's 5 kills. It will also be sold for blue team here. 24 minutes into the game, and that looks like it should be game for blue team here. Dragon Soul, Ace, they only lose 1 member. And that's now a 7k goal lead. They have better scaling. Ocean Soul on top of Mordekaiser, on top of a Wukong, that should practically make them unkillable. I mean, already really tanky as it is. Wukong with his passive gives him more armor and health regen. The longer he can stay in a fight with, the more people, the more enemies around him. Now with an Ocean Drake, Ocean Soul on top of that to give you that extra regen, Wukong should be practically unkillable right now. It is also a Mordekaiser with 3 items. Ninja Tabi looks like he's maybe gonna go and get some anti-heal with those 2 cloth armors. Not quite sure, but yeah, 9k goal lead now. The Dragon Soul. And how do you end this game? Well, red team, red team doesn't have any wave clear, so I mean, if you want to, you can just push down mid lane. Yasuo flashes forward, misses his Q, and that should be a dead blue team mid laner. Outsecond gets a kill for himself, and while all this is going on, I mean, Deshay, 9 kills on the Caitlyn, has played a pretty good game, I have to say. when you think about the state of the game at least. So we caught inside the realm of death will be taken down. Same goes for Jax, also goes down to Brand, and that's again just a Brand support deals a lot of damage, and another ace out of nowhere. And these team fights have just never really been close for red team. They will take down the inhibitor turret here. Death timer says 20 seconds. I think they can look to end the game. They should do so. Only member alive to try and stop them is Nautilus, and he doesn't have any chance to do so. So this should be game for blue team. Unfortunately, Deshay, our protagonist for this episode, doesn't get the win this time. However, I have to say, did play a really good game. Even played a pretty decent lane when you think about the mistakes that Nautilus did. So unlucky, happens to the best of us. It was a good game. Thank you for letting me cast it, Deshay, and until next time, everybody, see ya.